special day today, and today we're celebrating your birthday, the most important day of the year for you, and for us today. You are the star. Woo! You are the star. Now it doesn't make much sense how to be a audience. Anyone who takes offense at saying in your celebration, you're knowing our mind that there ought to be a time that we can set aside to show how much we love you. I'm sure you would agree, but could fit more perfectly than to have a world party on the day you came to me. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Our mountains are good. Could not have a day that would be set aside. Recognition, because it should never be. Just because some cannot see the dream is here to see. As they should make become an illusion. We all know everything, but it's just what time to do. Or we somehow celebrated all throughout the world. Time's overdue, it is, for people like me and you, who know the way to truth. Woo! It's love and unity. All God's children should be a great event, and the whole day should be spent, woo, in full remembrance. Lift aside for the oneness of our people, so let us all begin. We know that love can win. Let it out, don't hold it in. Sing around as you can. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. We love you. Happy birthday. Love you, love you, love you. To ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. We love ya. Happy birthday. It's your life today. So long ago, that dream that lives in all of the hearts of people that believe in unity, in love, in love, in love, in unity and peace and blessing. We'll make the dream become a reality, I know we are. We're making the dream become a reality, I know we will, we are. Because our hearts are telling us so. Happy birthday! Happy, happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Woo! Happy birthday to the person we're singing to today. Celebrating your birthday, my darling. Love you so much. Please subscribe, share and like. Come up on Moving On TV for your birthday. MovingOnTV1@gmail.com. Mondays. Tell me why I do like Mondays. Tell me why I do like Mondays. 'Cause I have my salad. It's the best around. Hey guys, welcome to Tell Me Why I Do Like Mondays. A new program for Moving on TV on Holistic Monday. Tell me why I do like Mondays. Okay. I just came up with that one. So why not? So let me tell you about salads. I'm going to make a program and put that on in a minute. But in the meantime,
guys,
tell me why
every Monday,
like Monday
I get my holistic vegetables, a box, and there's everything in this salad. There's kohlrabi, there's red pepper, there's onions, there's spinach, there's rocket, there's I did say kohlrabi, there's fennel for detoxifying, there's tomatoes, there's vitamins, there's minerals, there's onions, and there's radishes. So Monday is Holistic Monday. There's cabbage. It just lasts forever with me because it's just me in the house. So that everything lasts for like 2 weeks. And there's avocado, and everything is organic. I'm going to try and interview Abel and Cole about their salads. But in the meantime, I'm going to take a...
The sun is shining out there, guys. I'm going to put a program on and go into the sunshine. So tell me why you do like Mondays. And the reason I do is because of my salads. So every Monday I get a delivery from Abel and Cole. And it's you, Sarah. Okay, welcome to Holistic Monday. And if you missed all of that, tell me why I do love Mondays. Tell me why I do like Mondays. Tell me why I do like Mondays. Go because I get my salad every week. So every Monday, a big box arrives, and this is Abel and Cole, my delivery. And it's pure vegetables, organic. So every week I'll get tomatoes, I'll get spinach, rocket, courgettes, avocados, and then extra on top will usually be either I'll get sweet potatoes. Today I got kohlrabi. Oh, absolutely delicious kohlrabi. Look at the sweet pepper. It's delicious. Sweet pepper. That's organic from the ground, and it tastes like heaven. Better than chocolate. Guys, packed full of vitamins and minerals and zinc, and then I've got ginger. I put ginger in there. I put dill. I put lime. If you have a very sensitive stomach, use lime, not lemon. Okay. What else is in here? Beetroot, avocado. Come on. Add apricot kernels and nuts. Everything. And cabbage. Cabbage, red cabbage. No, onion. That's what's so good for me on a Monday. I'm going to make a program now called Tell Me Why I Do Like Mondays. Tell me why I do like Mondays. Thank you, Cara. Tell me why I do like Mondays. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to tell me, Cara, what's so good about Monday? Tell me something positive about Monday. As I say, for me, Monday is when my salad is delivered. When the organic vegetables are delivered every Monday. I get up 8 a.m. in the morning. There is the box, and I open it up like a present from nature and from God. And there's all these beautiful, beautiful organic vegetables in there. And that is every Monday. That's my treat. As you know, I don't spend on anything else. I don't even go to shops anymore. This is my treat. My treat. And if I really want to, I'm not a vegan, I'll have something like a little bit of organic liver, pate, or chicken, and just a little bit of a treat for me once a week. And that makes Monday worthwhile. So Monday starts on a positive for me. Okay? So, Cara, tell me something positive about Monday. Put it on here. Right? And I'm going.
No reasons, no reasons. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. No reasons, no reasons. No reasons, no reasons. Tell me why.
Hey guys, welcome to Moving On TV. My name is Lauren Hope Laurie, the CEO.
Tell me
Mondays. Mondays are holistic. We take care of your mind, body, spirit all through the week. However, on Mondays, we particularly focus on the holistic side. So you're going to get meditations, shamanism, hypnotherapy, stories of people that have recovered, support for emotional and physical pain, anything, nutrition, anything that is to do with your mind and your body that heals, and the mind, body, spirit connection, the triad. So Mondays, please tune in Mondays if you want to learn how to relax. Please join us on Mondays. Join us if you want to come on board Moving On TV, not just on Mondays, but join us so you could be part of Holistic Monday, or if you have any other talent. But this is about Mondays, Holistic Mondays. This is the day when you let go with us, completely relax, breathe, and that's it. And learn everything you need to know to stay well. And don't forget the water. There it is behind. Drink gallons of water. So look forward to meeting you on Moving On TV on a Monday. Thank you very much. Take care. Please contact me, movingontv1@gmail.com, 07437 532 if you want to be on here interviewed live about the therapies you do. That's what we do. We pass on all the good stuff. Thank you. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Hey guys, welcome to Moving on TV. Welcome to Holistic Monday, and welcome to a beautiful birthday for a beautiful man. Thank you, Mr. Swizz, for all the beautiful messages. Anybody who comes on here with any nonsense today will just get whacked off straight away because I'm not in the best place. I don't know about you, but I haven't been able to sleep for days now. However, today is Holistic Monday, and my job is to come on here and do my best to keep the vibration high. So last week you had Baba Bertha doing the salads, and my God, that was dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Disgusting and funny and dreadful. Let me just put on that message. Beautiful message here. I love it. Thank you. Feliz cumpleaños, Donald Trumpo. Celebraciones. That's beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so what's in my salads? Okay, so let's go on to what's in my salad. Now, are you feeling all sorts at the moment? Because I am. The energies are crazy. The heat is unbearable, especially if you're stuck in this house. And so what I've done is I've made a blendette, loads of ice and some green stuff, a pear and fruit juice, ginger, and that's what you need. You need to keep hydrating. So, and I did do a review about blendette. They're about 20 quid on Amazon. You can get them on there for about 20 quid, guys. Worth every penny. Because if you don't drink water and you don't want to, then you can make these incredible smoothies, really lovely smoothies, and I'd recommend them. Okay. Anyway, we're going to have a look at what's in my Abel and Cole box today, which just arrived, and it's going to be above board today. It's not Baba Bertha, it's me. All right. So no jokes and no innuendos, right? But it looks really good. So let's have a look and see what we've got today in our Abel and Cole box. Like I say, anybody who comes on here is out of order and not respectful to our leader, they will get whacked off straight away. I'm not in any mood for the nonsense, okay? I'm moderating, and Mr. Swizz is the only one on here that's actually positive and being nice. 20 quid, 28, what's that mean? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. If you know how to get rid of unbearable tension in the neck and shoulder that I'm carrying, that's making me sick at night, Mr. Swizz, I'd be very grateful if you could release it. Thanks. Right, we've got pepper. Organic, beautiful organic pepper. Remember, I don't have an allotment anymore. They burnt it down. They burnt down my allotment, Mr. Swizz. We've got cucumbers, organic cucumbers, organic lettuce, we've got spinach. I know Baba did. Oh, we've got beetroot. We've got beetroot. Amazing. Because I used to have loads of beetroot in the allotment. Beetroot, avocados. Now these avocados, that one's soft, but this one will need to go on the window. We've got carrots, more beetroot, sorry, I whacked something there. This is beautiful. As long as I've got onions as well, because I have onions in the fridge and they really good taste. You've got Jersey Royal potatoes. So I've got potatoes as well. Brilliant. And these are all organic, grown in the ground. You can see from the ground, organic. Beautiful. And we've got courgettes.
Oh, no tomatoes today. That's unusual. I always get tomatoes. Oh, well, never mind. So that is what's going to be in my salad, plus onions and ginger and whatever is left. The best you can get, okay? £20 a week for a box of salads. £20 a week. That's what's in my salad today, okay? So I'm going to go and make a salad. In the meantime, I will put on a program, a holistic program for you to carry on from what we're doing here. Yeah. Your mama should have forced the farm animal to wear one. To wear what? I don't understand what you mean. Okay. Anyway, today is an amazing birthday, but I'm going to put on, I think there's a holistic program that I've got here with Vlad. I'm just going to put it on because, quite honestly, I'm going to have a shower and cool down. It's boiling in here. It's too hot. And I don't like it when it gets as hot as this. I find it very oppressive. And it's hard to breathe. Yeah, we'll put this one on. Okay, so you can watch this. Copy it. Fill in the gaps. I haven't made a video of it yet because I want to learn it off by heart. I haven't done that yet because I don't want to do it, you know, in a way where, hang on, fill in the gaps. All right, so get rid of that. Okay, Mr. Swids, I've given you a spanner. You can whack off anybody you want, all right? You're now moderating. Thank you so much. Lots of love. I'll see you later. All right, follow us on, obviously, that's already we did say, those social medias. So hopefully Vad's going to be on soon and is going to be able to read that out. I hope you're enjoying the Holistic Monday. I hope you enjoy watching Lenny and the Healing Blueprints because I'm going to put the preview on because if you get pain like me, you can use it and it does work. Healing Blueprint. The preview to the Healing Blueprint. Where are we? Healing Blueprint Relief Techniques preview. Because I want you to use these programs. How would you get someone that's actually in intense pain, that it's hard for it and think that they could ask their pain in? How are you going to do it? Would you do that by steps, like slowly, gently? Because
the first thing that you want to do is imagine that you're holding a sword and shield while setting the sword and shield down and then walking up to an imagined sacred space, the door opening, and then your issue, say neck pain, walking through the door, and you welcome it. You say, well,
I'm muted. No one tells me I'm muted, so I don't know. Unless Kara. Kara's the only one who tells me. So I know Kara's probably the only one on here. I can see there's a few people on here, but no one tells me I'm muted. So what I'm saying is the healing blueprint that I did with Lenny. I'm going to try and find it, guys, because it's brilliant. Not, but the one that I did with her is very extensive as well. You just surrender. It's like I've had a really difficult day. I'm not going to go into it, but all my demons were literally on top of me today. The main demon I'm dealing with at the moment, the eviction. I did a spiritual reading for myself and others. And what came through was this is a lot of energy and mixed messages and fast messaging that are not actually connected to reality enough at the moment. So I don't know what's happening to me. That is the answer. And Spirit said to me to just take care of myself and to focus on the good things and to focus on what I do want rather than focus on what I don't want. And that was the holistic message that came through to me, which I'm putting on my tarot channel, which I'm not going to tell you what it is, not until I've got enough subscribers so I can fight the trolls, because I really don't want horrible people unliking me. And here is Vlad. Hey, Vlad.
Hello. Hey. How are you doing? Good to see you.
I feel a bit better. I've been meditating and I've been doing readings for me, spiritual readings around what's happening. And, I've got a new channel where I'm putting all my readings, but I'm not going to tell anyone because I don't want the trolls on there.
Yeah.
So I'm separating it from moving on TV in order to grow it to such a level. But anyway, I sat there and I did my own readings. And what came through to me from today, from all the pressure and all the messages and, with everything that's going on with the eviction, was that this is a lot of empty messages. A lot is being thrown at me without facts. There's not enough facts. But you felt it. I felt it. Martin also knows it, even though he won't admit it. But the problem is that he's coming out with these messages and he's coming at me really fast with these messages, but there's no basis to them. There's not enough dates. There's no certainty. And so that's what's screwing with my head. It's a bit like people that are watching the media and they're getting all these mixed messages and all this fear and all this panic. And so the body goes into fear and panic. And, so the Spirit said to me, back off. Don't listen to that. Take care of yourself. Drink water. That was obvious. A lot of beautiful energies are coming towards me. A lot of love, a lot of compassion. I'm not going to go into it too much. It was a very deep reading. But the beautiful thing was that to balance my mind, body, and spirit and not get myself caught up in what's going on with this eviction, because a lot of it is not based in reality yet. That's what came through from Spirit, and I was able to use that for other people to explain to them that they're getting these messages from all over the place and people are throwing stuff at them, but you've got to go into your balance, eat and drink water. And I was also directed to put all my attention and focus on the positive. A very, very powerful positive reading. I might send it to you because, as I say, I'm not telling anyone what this channel is yet, not until it's got past the level where they can actually destroy me like they're trying to do with me on TV. But I'm excited because I set up a table. I've got my camera and I just sit there. I do my cards and I'm just asking Spirit to give me positive messages. And I've just come up with a new idea as well, is to start to channel music for people, to sit there and channel music and give them songs from people that they're not around, like people they're not connecting to. So, for example, say you've fallen out with someone, a friend or a member of your family, and they're not giving you the truth of how they feel. So I'm going to write a song to show them how much they love them. Something like that just came to me today, to just sit there by the piano and film it. Just film my hands and just sing and give that love to people, you know,
Yeah.
so they can feel that love that's coming to them from people that may not be able to express it. So yeah, I did. Oh God, this I started to do this harmony thing with this guy.
Oh, how did it go?
He muted everybody. He muted everyone. I mean,
Really?
yeah, he was singing and he'd recorded himself singing different harmonies. But everybody was muted.
What was the point?
So I don't know. I
He
couldn't be
can't harmonize by himself,
I just
can
came
he?
off of it. I couldn't be bothered. I just thought, you know what? I'm coming off. I'm not really. This is not what I want. So I came off
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that. It didn't really work for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I sent you a text with a mission statement that someone called Autumn created for us. Do you want to read it? I'm going to come off and give you
Yeah.
the opportunity to do your beautiful presenting, but I want you to read it. It's
Mhm.
basically, I filled in the gaps as well with the social media that we're on. Can you tell me if you got it? It should be on your phone.
Yeah, yeah, sure. It is.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to do that. I will come off. This is the holistic show. So we're going to talk about things like healing, breathing, mind, the body, the spirit, not needing to use medicine. You know that because you have such a strong connection to God. You must have instances in your life where you were able to heal. I mean, your life was not easy, as we know, and you have a very strong belief in God, in love. But I want you to think also, when I come back after you've done this mission statement,
Mhm.
I want to ask you about incidents where you were able. Well, I mean, let's look at without breaking confidentiality. You and your wife went through something which, without telling too much, but you recovered in a few days with natural medicine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without medicine, okay. You know
Yeah.
what? The other
And I've
thing,
got another story to tell you about
yeah,
a local doctor here who obviously was so basically pissed off with me because
naturally.
apparently doctors here are not used to hear intelligent patients who have made the effort to learn a few things about the principles of healing and medicine and what works and what it doesn't. And he got so annoyed. He couldn't help it, you know?
We know more than, well, we know more than doctors do, that's for sure. But then you see the other thing, and if anyone is watching this and you're still very frightened of this virus, can I give you another example? Martin's father is 93, bless him. He was diagnosed and he's well. How's that possible?
No vaccine, no medicines, nothing, right? Just God's
He was
given
taken
immune
to the
system.
hospital and he was given space and breathing. I don't know what they did in there, but he is well.
Yeah.
Now, okay, we can't say too much on here, we'll get wiped off. But people, you need to start thinking about this.
Hmm.
I could have healed him in 2 days, the same way as we all heal. But he was taken into hospital, and I think this has woken Martin up in a big way because he's thinking, Dad is really, really old. But I
Yeah.
tell you one thing about his father, he's looked after and he's loved. And I think that's a huge part of this. He's got a very strong immune system, and they all love each other. And I'm sure that's got a lot to do
Of
with
course.
he comes from love.
Yeah. As the saying goes, a strong spirit means a strong body, right?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. And that's why I do a lot of programs about loneliness, as you know. And that's where my struggle is how long can I keep my immune system well, living the way I do? and that's why I started to get in the car, and I'm coming to visit you on Monday, and I'm going to the studio on Friday to sit through a whole album that Manuel is doing. But I didn't sit there and not sing. I've got to sit there, and I'm not able to sing. I'm not able to participate. That ego is going to be, oh my god, oh my god. But I
Challenge.
really, it's a big one for me. I've got to do something. It's like the ego wants to film it, but then my love, God love is saying to me, Lauren, Emmanuel loves you. These people love you. This is going to lead to something else. Just be patient. Just have some patience, because we're going to cast the whole of Encounters, and if they've got a proper studio and they've got everything laid on, at some point we will join, please God. That's what we will be doing. We'll be joining the love in some way, and you never know what might happen. But the ego is so big, it wants to stand up and start joining in the harmonies. And it's a bit like saying to me something that I've been doing since I was a child. You can't do it. You've got to sit there and you've got to listen.
Yeah, behave. Behave yourself.
Anyway,
all right.
We're on the holistic show, so I want you to do your presentation.
Yeah, and you'll be back to me.
And I will be back to ask you questions about the mind, the body, the spirit connection.
Yeah.
And how we can use that in day-to-day life. All right, so you've got everything in front of you.
Yes.
All right, I will shut up now.
All right. Hello, everyone. This is Vladimir Mladenov, Freeman. I'm a Freeman, and I wish you all be free. And you know how you can be free? You can be free when you know the truth, because as it goes the saying, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So here we are again on Moving On TV, and I'm tonight's presenter of the Moving On TV statement. Here I'm going to give you just in a minute or two what this is all about. So let me go now. Moving On TV is an up and coming indie entertainment service. We provide quality programming across YouTube, BitChute, and all the other places where we might be available. Unlike mainstream media, we care about views and show this by providing amazing online programming that empowers and enriches their lives. Yes, that's the truth. We challenge the status quo by valuing trust, privacy, and positive connections above all else. Our programming is ever changing and evolving to ensure we keep viewers up to date with the latest alternative news. Oh, how thirsty and hungry we are, aren't we? Oh, for the alternative news. Always striving to uncover the truth between the lies, because it's only the truth that will set us free, guys. Well, you can follow us on all the social media where we are, like here on YouTube. You can like and subscribe to our channels in BitChute and Facebook, wherever we are. Please make sure that you are there. And if you have any questions, we are not like the mainstream media that's unreachable, untouchable. No, we are down-to-earth people, and it's all about you people. It's all about us, the everyday people from all walks of life who are willing to learn the truth, to walk in love, and to love one another. So that's it for now, and I'll be waiting for Lauren Hope to come back. She's the founder of this TV station. She's the founder of music theater, Moving On Theater, and Encounters, and she's doing this special broadcast tonight about our spiritual and physical and psychological health. So that's all from me now. I'm looking forward to talk to you in a moment together with the splendid Lauren Hope.
Thank you,
Hello.
Vlad. That
Hello,
was beautiful.
Lauren. Good
I
evening.
love the way you put that. We've been very lucky to attract. I don't. This person will not say who they are, but they wanted to give something from the heart, and I'm very, very grateful because that is so beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
It is so beautiful. I sent them. I explained to them, moving on TV is a TV station. It's not a channel. It's a TV station, and we're basically the image we're trying to present is that instead of watching BBC, all the other channels that are really making you feel like you're not good enough, you don't fit, you don't match up, everything. We do the opposite. We boost you. We boost your morale. We boost your talents. We boost everything that you are. You know, when this person asked me questions I could answer, like, for example, who is moving on? Give me three types of audiences. And I said, no, it's not like that. You don't ask Sky or BBC to have three types of audience. It's for everyone. It's a huge project which needs to go at some point on that box. It can't grow any other way without getting on the box, because the people that you need to get to, Vlad, are the people that don't know how amazing they are. The people that have dreams, but they have been told all their life that they're not worth anything. And they are the ones, like older people, disabled people, people with mental health issues. I used to go around to someone's house who had a serious mental health, and all day long she would be watching Housewives of you, whatever, you know, facelifts and crap and rubbish, and all these talk shows about I've got a million children from different fathers. And I used to sit there thinking, imagine if she could watch Moving on TV. And Moving on TV would say to this person, I know exactly who this woman is, but you know, I could see her in my mind, and I loved her, but there wasn't much I could do to help her. But I used to watch her, and I thought, imagine if there was Moving on TV was there in her face, and they were saying to her, you know what? You are amazing. You are beautiful. You deserve everything. Now, what TV station says that? You're never going to find that anywhere on that box, ever. And so the people that are older, like even Martin's parents, like even Martin's mother sits there and watches mainstream, that's it, continuously. They eat it with a spoon, and they're taking it in a lot of the time. They're believing it.
Yeah.
You see, Moving on TV gives them options.
Yeah.
And they think, oh, okay, that's interesting. Maybe I could get my iPad, because most of them have got iPads, and put something in there and check what is really going on. You know, could there maybe be another angle? It makes you realize how amazing you are, what your potential is. And that's the opposite to media. So anyway, because we're on the Mind, Body, Spirit today, we're on the holistic show, but then holistic means everything. It is the mind, the body, the spirit. It encompasses everything that we are. I'm really interested in you telling me more about your life, but mainly about healing and stuff like that. Because before I hand over to you again, my father was an exceptional man in the way that he would never take medicine. Guess where I got it from? He lived to be 95, and if he hadn't fallen, he'd still be with us. If he hadn't fallen, he'd still be with us. I'm not going into these details, but because everything he healed naturally. And I have examples of him when he used to contact me, and he'd say, "Oh my God, I'm in the IRA again. I'm stuck in the IRA, and they're going to kidnap me, and I think I've been kidnapped." And I said, "Dad, what have you taken?" Oh, the doctor gave me something and I took a little bit, but the rest I didn't take much. I said, Dad, you know, this is it. So do you know what he did? He just threw the lot in the bin, and then, of course, all his hallucinations disappeared. I mean, I have other cases where he used to get vertigo, you know, where his balance.
Yeah.
And he said, Lauren, I'm not taking medicine. I won't take it. And his carer was from the Philippines, and he gave him vitamins. And guess what happened? He healed straight away. And there was another. He used to make me laugh, Dad, because he got sciatica, really bad sciatica. And you're talking about a 92-year-old man. Doesn't go to the doctor. Doesn't call a doctor to the house. You know what he did? He got a chair and he put his leg up on the chair and he raised his hip. And of course, he was able to get the pain to go down. He was amazing.
Wow.
He was amazing. He was amazing. And when he was dying, when he forgot who I was, and I said that he did have a very serious thyroid disorder, and he was getting very thin, and he wouldn't take his medication. He wouldn't take it. And I said to him, Dad, you got to take it because you're getting too thin. It's not that I don't believe in medication at all. Of course I do. But
Sure.
it's got to be common sense, you know?
Yeah.
I won't take it. But then he was getting very thin. He was looking like Gandhi. We used to say he's like Gandhi. He was so thin. And he was about 95 when this happened. And I said to him, Dad, you got to take your medication. He looked up at the sky and he goes, that's where God is. He said, that's the only doctor. And he'd lost his mind completely. He didn't know anything. He didn't even know who I was, and that was unbelievable. I go into that. You've got to love someone more than you are scared or more than you're upset, and that's how I got over that. Overnight, he didn't know me. He thought I'd come to marry him, and I never would want anyone to go through that. It was unbelievable. Your own father. But the good stuff was he reacted straight away. I got him when he lost his memory. We used to do things. Me and Martin used to pretend. We used to act with him because he thought he was stuck in a boat, right? And it was the Passover, and he said to us, "Oh, I can't have bread. I'm Jewish. We must call the captain." So we called the captain. Martin became the captain. Like, Captain, I'm a Jewish man and I'm not prepared to have any bread. It's not right for the Passover. I said, that's okay, Sid. His name was Sid, or Paddy, because he was Irish. Very much like your life, a little orphan, that got taken into a family and brought up. But he was an incredible soul. And we went along with it, and we acted it out with him. But also another thing that sticks in my mind is when he lost his memory and he wasn't eating and he couldn't function, I brought in someone to do craniosacral therapy. And that's what works the fluids from the spine into the brain. This guy did some maneuvering with his spine and his head, and Dad started to get his memory back. I filmed it. It was on YouTube before they cut it. I lost all those videos. He was starting to understand. He started to read again. He understood that he supported Arsenal because Martin and him used to have big discussions about that because Martin supported Spurs. He knew the colours, and I said, "Oh my God, you're starting to read again." And he started to come out of it a little bit, but then things happened which we won't go into. But it was his time to go. But I wish it had happened differently. But Dad reacted so quickly to the love, and that to me is what I want to create. This discussion, this mind, body, spirit is love. The minute my father used to be very, very lonely, yeah, very low and very lonely, except he had an advantage over me. He had a carer that lived in with him and took care of him. Not that I'm old, but at least he had company because everyone cut him off. His nieces, his grandchildren, no one went to see him. Now, he used to ring me up, right? And he'd say, "Lauren, you're the only one who loves me. You're the heart." And I said, "Yeah, I am." because I love you, Dad, and you know that. And I was always the heart, and she was always the head, right? And he'd start crying, and I'd sit there, yeah, okay. It's like you become the parent. And then he said, can I talk to Martin? And Martin was to talk to him about football. And he'd come alive. Right, I'm going to watch my football now. Goodbye. Love. That was it. Love. And I saw it in the people in the old people's home. And that's why I'm grateful I lost my job really quickly, because I couldn't bear to be around those people that you're not allowed to touch, you're not allowed to hug, you're not allowed for them to have their families, and you see them treated like rubbish. The food was rubbish, everything was rubbish, and they were sitting there in their wheelchairs, and I'd come along and I'd smile at them and I'd sing to them and I'd read my father's life story, and they wanted to say to me, Lauren, you're the only one who loves us. I thought, I've heard that one before. But then I lost my job very quickly, and I'm grateful because I couldn't have done it. But love, Vlad, is the most important thing, and that's what's lacking in my life. Now, I'm not talking, I love myself enough. If I didn't, then I wouldn't come out of this. But we are brought up to believe we are social beings, and even Buddha and even Jesus all traveled in a tribe. You know, I chose to be a nun or to be a monk. I was brought up the whole of my life, doesn't matter how many years I've been here, I was told that you are tribal families. We grew up in families, and love is connected. We're all connected. And so to get used to it, suddenly just being on my own, completely on my own, it's a long process. It doesn't happen overnight. And there's something in me that just can't be bothered if I can't have that connection. Like, you know, it's just not normal. And not only that, like you, I was brought up in a community. And whatever you say about Israel and the crappy country it was, we loved each other. People did love each other, particularly when there was a war. You know, I was a tiny child in the war. My parents had gone to the synagogue, and I was left on my own because I didn't like going to the synagogue. I didn't like fasting. My food was important to me. And so I stayed in bed. And I stayed in bed, and then the siren started. And my parents were in the synagogue, and there was me on my own. This tiny child on my own. On my own. And there was a war. And the neighbors came and collected me and took me down to the air raid shelter. Yeah. Everywhere you live, there was you know, you have an air raid shelter on you. It's literally
like a basement bunker. Yeah.
And that was it. But I remember sitting there. I must have been terrified because there were sirens and mum and dad weren't there.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, but at least the neighbors were kind and loving. You didn't have any of this. I can't take you down to the air raid shelter because you'll contaminate me. No, you all came together. And the other beautiful thing about Israel, every time someone died in a war, like a soldier, we grieved everyone together. Yeah. Every young man was grieved like they were your family.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Wow.
And here it's lacking. There is, but you know, it was lacking before this lockdown.
Yes.
No community.
Yeah.
I'm not saying in parts of the north, different parts of this country. I went to Scotland, and Scotland's different. Scotland, people have smiles on their faces. They're very open. But
so I have heard, indeed.
The richer the people are, it seems, the more they're stuck in only their own families, including my in-laws or Martin's family. I don't have anything to do with that family anymore, ever again, because they're giving me nothing, absolutely nothing. At least Martin is trying. He's trying his best, but they're not doing anything. And they're in a position to do things to help. But there is something seriously wrong with the human race. If they can let people get to the level of loneliness that I've gone, without me saying, okay, I agree to go through a spiritual experience. And some people I've given permission because I know this is a spiritual experience, but only one person, and they know who they are. Have I given them to, have I said, yes, you can give me tough love? One person I've said, you can give me tough love because I know it'll bring me to a level of such strength that nothing will ever crush me again. One person. They know who they are. Because I've done a lot of work like that with this person and I respect what they're doing. But everybody else, I don't understand it. And so you were we're talking about the mind, body, spirit here. We're talking about love. And everything that I do, everything that you do is the triad of the mind, the body, the spirit's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because once the spirit gives up, then you may as well be dead. There's nothing.
Yeah.
And God knows they've tried to kick that out of us and we're still standing and nothing can kick this out of us. But I have got very close. And you saw me today. And I'm so grateful. And Martin came round and we tried to sort out the mess. But sometimes you feel like people are going through hell. And spirit does not exist in some parts of the UK. And that's why they managed to enslave them to this lockdown. If you had love and spirit enough, you couldn't have done it. You could not have done it.
A spirit can't be caged. Never.
Like how can a mother or a grandmother not see their children or grandchildren? How could that happen? If there was enough love and enough spirit, then they would understand.
Exactly.
You cannot get sick if you don't want to get sick. Your body will heal. I'm not saying, right, okay, I'll change that. You can get sick. Of course you can get sick because you're weak, because you're stressed, because you're unhappy. It's a dis-ease. It means something inside you doesn't sit comfortably. This is the mind, body, spirit, guys. And we are giving you the best healers in the world. That are coming from God, from love, and it doesn't matter what religion we are. Jesus said, physician, heal thyself. Jesus taught us that we can heal everything. And when he looked at another human, and you know I did this with my father. My father was a very abusive man as well. Very emotionally abusive. And I started to see him in love, the same way that Jesus saw people in love. You see the potential.
Yeah.
And guess what happened? My father transformed in front of my eyes. He became loving.
Wow. Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is
love is contagious, isn't it?
It's Jesus, Buddha.
Much more contagious than any virus.
Love is the virus should be love. Because if we were all contagious with love, if we were all contaminated with love, then none of us would be living like you and me.
Yeah.
Relying on some greedy piece of shit landlord, and I don't care, who just wants to sell their place or just wants to evict us so that they can have more and more and more when they've already got houses. As I said to you, if I was the landlord now, I'd give the property to the tenants for at least a while, because what do I need anything
until
for?
things get better. Yeah.
I've got a house, I've got a car, all that. You know, we need to share.
Yeah.
I mean that from the heart. You know me. Everybody knows that I would do that. They know. If I won the lottery, then you'd have a house. I'd have a house. Everyone who hasn't got a house would have a house. Because what am I supposed to do with it? Apart from open a theatre and a studio. So we've all got, imagine having a theatre where you don't have to pay anything and they can't take you for granted and take your money and do nothing. The world built up to such a level where love disappeared out of the equation.
Yeah.
Because of what they did. And
the
I'm
love
talking
has grown cold. Yeah.
So I want to hear from you. I'm going to mute myself. You were an orphan, which you told everyone in your story, like my father. And you were lucky because you were taken into a family that loved you. You got that love. As far as I know, your adoptive parents loved you because you're special and you were looked after. But I need you to talk to these people that may be watching that might give us a thumbs down because they say we're talking rubbish, because they don't understand that all the answers are in here. You cannot take a tablet and fix your life. You cannot lose weight and fix your life. You
Yeah,
need to have a program where
yeah,
you eat healthy.
yeah,
I've fixed my eating disorder, when maybe not so much now, because what
yeah.
else is
When I
but
was about to study medicine, you know, and
oh,
I was working. I went to work for a psychiatry ward. I had a friend there. She was a nurse, and she invited me to join her there. And I had this very rich experience, you know, working there for the psychiatry ward, and you know, alongside the patients and the doctors and the specialists, and um, what I realized time and again, that, you know, there is no medicine, there is no pill for loneliness, there is no pill that you can take for lack of love and care. There are no medicines, no shots, nothing like that. Yes, I wish we human beings, you know, we wish it could have been that easy, you know, to just take a pill and it's gonna be all right. But we were created for much more, and that's why I totally agree with you, Lauren, that there is no pill, there's no magic pill, or you know, a jab, or any other human medicine, you know, ever made that can help us out of this. Because the medicine, as you've put it like time and again, it's love, the love of God that fills our hearts and makes us better people. This same love, we are like conduits, right? Drawing from the mainstream, from the main source, we draw this love and then we disperse it all around us, like lighthouses. And lighthouses, their main purpose is to give light and direction, and to protect all the ships of life, all the passengers from not getting shipwrecked, right? So I believe that people like us are these lighthouses, and the way we live, what we have experienced, and what we share now with all our viewers is to give them some light and to give them some encouragement. So yes, I I was very young when I started to understand that, you know, there's some things that you can't treat your soul with, because the soul is something spiritual. The soul, our souls are from a different world, from a different dimension, and no physical medicine can help them. It's only our communication, relationship with people, with God, within ourselves and outside of ourselves. And just like you put it very well, the community, the lack of community nowadays is so prevalent, especially here in the UK. I can make the difference. I can tell the difference coming from a country where community, you know, the power of community is still much stronger, and the neighborhood, and you know, this neighbors helping neighbors and people knowing one another, and it's so much different than here. And you are definitely right that it wasn't the pandemic that made the people selfish and isolated. The pandemic only exposed, furthermore, how far we have gone, what have we become. So I believe that it's a reckoning time. These days are reckoning days to reckon ourselves, you know, with one another, with the people that we love, with our relatives or family or friends. It's really a time of reckoning. And yeah, when we talked about early on, when we talked about, when you shared your wonderful story about your loving dad and how he was not very into pills and medicines, the conventional medicine, and most of the times he would get away from all the weaknesses and diseases that he might have contracted from time to time. Uh, and he lived to be like 95, you said? 92 years old, right?
Dad was 95, bless him.
95, wow.
And he
Yeah.
would have lived to be a lot older if I
Yeah, yeah,
because I
yeah,
love him. Because I
yeah.
love him. Yeah.
So he almost never used medicines, and I'm totally with you. I'm not saying that medicines are not helping at all, and but they should be taken with a great discretion, and only after all other uh, options are, just over, like a last resort thing, not the first thing to go on to go to. So yeah, it was. I learned this lesson very early in my life, and gradually I stopped taking, for example, antibiotics. Whenever I would get sick, just a cold or a flu, even a flu, I would start getting more vitamin C, fruits and vegetables. Also garlic. Garlic is famous with its antibiotic properties, natural ones. And honey, bee honey, it's great. It's great for all sorts of things. So, uh, and then when I got married and I had my own children, this is what we have decided with my wife, that we'll try to avoid, medicines as much as possible, especially those who are, we knew, and all of us know that they have very serious side effects like antibiotics and others. And we started to treat our children just the same, giving them more, trying to teach them how to eat more vegetables, more fruit, and whenever they would get a sore throat, maybe a minor cold, or even some sort of flu, you know, we, despite of the pressure that we felt and experienced by doctors saying, "Oh, you've got to put them on antibiotics immediately. This is dangerous. They've got this fever, high temperature. And we were already reading so many books, and we're trying to self-educate ourselves. So there were these different doctors, who would tell us, no, don't worry. Fever is a natural process. High temperature is very good up until one point, because it kills the viruses and the bacteria that might be in the body. And so you've got to have it. You don't have to immediately reduce the temperature, because this will reduce this powerful process of killing uh, the uh, the bacteria, the disease. So we've learned our lesson very early in our lives, and even some families are willing to give our children, antibiotics and all sorts of other chemicals. But gradually, with the years, they would watch us, and they would see that our kids grew up to be very healthy ones, both of them, and just like we did, together with my wife, and more and more young families like us, they started to join us and to ask us questions. Okay, what do you do when your child gets sick? Because it's one thing if you get the cold, or the flu, but it's totally a different thing if you see your little one, you know, uh, getting the flu, and see how it goes through pain and fever and dis-ease, as you put it very well, indeed. But we would lay our hands on them. We would pray for them, bless them, ask, the God of the universe, the creator of the universe, just to touch them and to infuse them with supernatural strength and power, So together with this natural remedies, that we would use, like we've been using for decades now, we would always pray and ask, the God of the universe, the creator of our bodies, the designer of our bodies, who knows best, just like your dad. I loved it when he said that he would point up and say, "This is my doctor. He's the best. He's the doctor of all doctors." I love it because I've said it many times, and I will never forget. For example, I'll give one testimony right now. There was a time when I was suffering from sinusitis, and it was a very severe one, and I'd been suffering for many years. And when I because I grew up in a communist country, atheistic country under atheistic regime, and that's why I didn't know about God, and I didn't believe, for many years. But when I was a teenager, and I encountered the power of God, I knew that there is a great strength, great energy that can help me deal with all sorts of issues, And then I started to read the Bible, and I read there that there's so many places, there's so many verses where you can read that it is God who takes our weaknesses and heals our diseases. That Jesus, when he died on the cross, he took all our sins, but not just the sins, he took our diseases, our sicknesses. So whenever we pray in Jesus' name and lay our hands on the sick person, the power of God goes through our hands, the healing power of God, and people get healed. So I started to pray, and I prayed, and I said, Lord, meanwhile, I've tried a few medicines, because the pain was awful. Whenever my sinuses would get infected, they would get filled with pus, and it was so awful. I felt like I wanted to take a knife and just to puncture my sinuses so that this pus can go out and leave me alone, It was awful. So I've been suffering for a while, but I continued to pray, and I never, it was very interesting that I even can't remember, but at one point I started to feel like, oh my goodness, I feel much better. What's going on? Because especially if I get the flu or a cold, normally after every time I get the cold or the flu, the sinuses will get so infected. I'll get the sinusite, and then I would say, oh, here we go again. This is going to be awful. For days I won't be able to sleep because of pain, and this pus that is coming out of my nose, and my nose, so many times my nostrils will be totally stuffed. I can't breathe, so I have to breathe through the mouth. But at some point, I've started to notice that this was gone. I mean, I remember I get the cold. I would get the cold, again, but afterwards there was nothing. My sinuses were clean. There was no more infection, and I said, "Oh my God, how has this happened?" Because I've done nothing, like no surgery, nothing. I just prayed, and at some point, the sinusitis left me forever. I mean, it's been maybe 25 years now. 23 years maybe now since the sinusitis left me, and never to return. So indeed, there is natural power in our bodies, and it's called the immune system. It's one of the greatest miracles that has ever happened to us, to the human race. It's one of the greatest gifts that the Creator has installed inside of us. It's the greatest protector against all sorts of viruses, all sorts of bacteria. And there are millions out there. And if it wasn't for our immune systems, we would be dead like long time ago, even from the smallest infection. You've heard about probably cases where people's immune system gets compromised to a point that their natural defenses are totally depleted. And what happens is that even the lightest infection, the lightest cold, the most innocent one can actually kill them and they can die. And that's the power of the immune system. And then, it comes the supernatural healing that I have personally experienced and I have seen, with so many people. I will never forget, by the way, when there was one person, a friend of a friend, and he got the cancer, and the cancer was all over his body, and he was already on his bed, like sick bed, and people thought, people around him thought that there's no chance with him. He'll just leave here soon. So I talked to this friend of ours, and I said, "Oh, that's very sad. Have they tried to cure the disease?" And she said, "Yeah, yeah. He's gone through chemotherapy, but like most of us know, most of chemotherapy is good for nothing. I mean, it can only slow down just for a while the processes, but most of the times, the chemotherapy is like not good. It's so toxic, and the side effects are so awful, and the results are most of the times not great." So this guy was basically dying, and we went there, and I said, "Can I pray for this guy?" And they said, "Yeah, why not? I mean, it won't hurt him. He's dying anyway. So if there's anything that can help him, we've tried everything. That's all right." So I prayed for him. I felt such a sadness, and I prayed and I thought about Jesus. How sad he might have been as well, looking at this person, at this wretched guy suffering. And I knew that the Savior suffered for us too on the cross. And that's why he took all our sufferings, all our diseases on the cross. And I prayed with this persuasion, with this conviction, that this same power from the cross will come and heal this wretched guy. So I prayed and, tried to talk to the person a little bit, and we just left. It was in a village. It was not very close to where I live, so time passed by, maybe 5 or 6 months. I never heard from this guy again. But here we go. One day, this friend of ours, I talked to her, and we were just, catching up, and at some point, she just said, "Oh, by the way, do you remember this guy that you prayed for, like some 5, 6 months ago? He was, in his last, what they call it, last stage of cancer, and he was on his sick bed." And I said, yeah, of course I do. What happened to him? Has he died?" And she said, "No, actually, no. I went to that village the other day," she said, "and I saw him putting these sticks, big sticks or like rods, pushing them into the ground so that they can support the tomatoes that he has sown." And I said, "What? I know how hard this job is to do. I've done this. You have to use a shovel or something very, heavy in order to be able to put this sticks, this rods in the ground so that they can support the tomato plants." And she said, "Yeah, he looked all, alive and well and very well." And I said, "What?" I couldn't believe, myself, even though back then I believed that, that prayer has power to change things, but somehow I just, had forgotten, or maybe I didn't have, my faith wasn't that big, that strong. And when she told me that, I said, "Oh my God, Jesus, thank you. Wow." So yes, this is another, supernatural experience of mine. And I can testify tonight for all those who are suffering, whether spiritually or physically or in their soul, if they've gone through a heartbreak, heart pain, any sorts of pain, that there is hope. And we're here tonight with Lauren Hope, to tell you that there is hope, and that there is a better way, and that you can find the power and the strength within yourself and outside of yourself. If you look above, there is heaven above us, there is someone who cares for us, and he has given us love enough to cover the whole earth. Love that's enough for all the billions of people on this planet. So would you come and join us tonight? Become part of this movement of love, movement of God's strength and power, movement of people loving one another, accepting one another, caring for one another. So it's all about this, isn't it? I hope that this has touched at least one of you guys, our viewers, and please pay it forward, pass it on. The good message of hope and the good message of love, the good message of encouragement. Yes, Lauren?
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, I've seen remission. My mother. That is just incredible. What love does, you know.
Yeah.
All it is, you know, without going into religion, because I know we sometimes you're much easier to talk to than Emmanuel. Let's say, let's put it out there. He knows that he needs to back off with me and with my Jewish upbringing and all sorts. But to me, Jesus was an amazing Jewish teacher and a healer, and he taught us everything that we're talking about here. But I saw remissions with my mother continuously. She was very unloved, and I've done a lot of work with my mother because she wasn't a mother. She wasn't capable of being a mother, and I've forgiven her on and off. You know, sometimes it comes back, but most of the time I've forgiven her.
Yeah.
And I used to go. She got cancer because she was a very unhappy woman, and
Yeah.
to me that would have been, you know, we had too much cancer in our family. I wouldn't be walking around now if I hadn't found an amazing man called Keith Bascom who saved my life in my 20s. He taught me about natural medicine, and I was able to, and also Philip Day, who taught me about cancer and, you know, how to stay well. And I can't say on here, but if people want to know, contact me. You can prevent and heal cancer without, you know, in a very simple way, you can prevent it. Definitely. Anyway, but I believe the mind is stronger than the physical, you know, much stronger.
Yeah.
And so if you don't get your life in order and you're not happy, the chances are you'll get sick. And Louise Hay says that. But coming back to my mum, it was a very sad, very, very sad life. She was an incredible teacher to me because I do everything and she did nothing. One of the reasons I walked away from my marriage, apart from lots of other reasons, was because my mother didn't, because she didn't have the courage and she couldn't do it. And when I decided, well, there's lots of reasons, but that was one of them. I decided I wanted to be happy and I wanted to do what was right for me. And mum would always have stayed with dad, and unfortunately that was part of the reason why she ended up getting sick, because he wasn't the kind of person that I would recommend being married to. I'm not making comparisons between my father and Martin. Martin's a very loving human being. My father was an orphan, PTSD'd from the war. A very, very difficult man in a lot of ways. Also massive heart. But if he couldn't fix you, then you were out. You know, you had to work hard to get back in, because he didn't understand that if he couldn't fix you, he had to let you figure out your own stuff. But anyway, coming back to my mother, she got cancer, and she had no love. And I used to go over to Israel, and I gave her Reiki, I gave her healing, Reiki, whatever we call it. It's all coming from the same source. It's just laying on the hands, and it's praying with love. You know, you don't have to use any, to me, we are all healers. You don't have to train and pay £500 to heal someone. You have it in you because Jesus and all the teachers taught you. You just have to see them well. That's it. And then it's up to them. If they can't see that. Anyway, what happened with my mother was exactly that. When I would go over and give her the love, the same as happened to Dad, she'd come out of it. She'd start to heal.
Yeah.
I did a journey on her where you go inside and you find she has blocked God out. She had a terrible, terrible life in the way that her brother died at 20 years old. She had to go and pick up his coffin. She was only in her 20s.
Oh.
And made her go all the way to England from Ireland. I mean, you just don't do that. And my grandmother was a cold woman, and then her father died, and she was obsessed with him. I'm not even going to go there. Obsessed with her father. And she used to tell me this without any shame it was very strange relationship, very, very, not nice. Didn't understand it at all. Anyway, I did this journey process on her where you go inside into the cells, and there was a massive wall, a big wall, stoned wall between her and love and God. She couldn't go there. She said, I hate God. God hates me. Took my father, took my brother, and it was like, boom. And I said, okay, we need to take that off.
Yeah.
And I also called, her name was Ruth. A beautiful name.
It is.
Beautiful name. And I always say to her, Ruth, I never used to talk to her like mom. I say, I'm going to talk to you now like a person. We removed the wall, and guess what happened? She went into remission straight away, more or less. Yeah. But as soon as I left and came back to England, because that's where my life was, and I couldn't live in Israel, and she knew that, and they all knew that. That was it. Within, she'd break her leg, she'd fall, and then of course the cancer would come back time and time again because she had no love. She had no love, and because she could not see that she was sabotaging her life. She could.
Exactly.
There was loads of people that would have seen her. You see, one of the issues about my father is he was so judgmental. If someone hurt my mother and said, I'm not going to come and visit them when she had cancer, because when cancer started around, then, and it started to become an issue, now we're talking about the 80s, probably, a big issue, 90s, people didn't come to visit because they thought they were going to catch it. That's how
they thought it was a contagious disease.
Yeah. The same way as they think it could not be a virus because it's not contagious, right? Viruses, you can't catch cancer, you cannot catch a virus. Anyway, don't get me started on that because I'll get cut off moving on TV. But anyway, people thought they could catch cancer, and so they never came to visit my mother, and so my father cut everybody out. No more friends. We're not seeing anyone. And of course, my mom broke her heart. She wasn't strong enough to say, she just went along with it. A good Jewish wife. And I'm exactly the opposite. And thank God, she was my biggest teacher. So she could have had friends. She could have gone to yoga. There were classes everywhere, relaxation everywhere. And I said to her, Mom, go and do some relaxation. Go and have some fun. Go dancing. You love dancing.
Yeah.
No,
it's so therapeutic. Dancing could be so therapeutic.
Her depression is what killed her, not the cancer.
Yeah.
Depression. And not only that, there was me with my inner knowing that we have this beautiful immune system. And I always used to say to my dad understood, but he was under pressure and he was scared. So he let her have all these treatments. And I kept saying to them, you're not giving her vitamins.
Yeah.
You're not giving her anything to build her up. She's depressed. She needs counseling. She needs love. And the immune system, why is it that if I cut my hand heals?
Yeah.
Why is it that there are people in this world that cut their hand and they don't bleed? Because it's mind over matter, yeah? The mind is so powerful. The minute they look at it, oh my God, I cut my hand, then they start to bleed, or things like that. But the immune system that God gave us, yes, nature, God, doesn't matter what you call it, You don't have to call it Jesus. You don't have to call it Allah. You don't have to call it Adonai. It's God. It's everyone. It's what they have. The sin that is being created with this virus, this thing, is that it has divided humans, not according to our religion, but because we know how to heal ourselves and we want to teach it, but they don't want us to. They don't want us to teach it. And so people have been scared so much that they hate us now, because they don't want to listen to the knowledge that you and I got this knowledge in my early 20s, and I would not be walking around now. Something put me in the vicinity of this incredible man called Keith Bascom. And he was just, he must be now one of my guardian angels. But he taught me everything. And he healed my irritable bowel. He changed my diet, looked at my diet, gave me homeopathy, built me up inside, and he healed me in from building my energies and taking me on certain foods. Within 2 weeks, I was well. Something that I've had since I was 12. And
Wow.
eating disorder started to go away. And
Yeah.
I the stage, so I compensated.
Yeah, Lauren, I'm amazed. I'm amazed at stories like this, and I'm sure that our viewers tonight, they will be at least a little touched, by what we've just said. And it takes people like you and me, because we had these people in our lives, just like you put it, back 20 years or more, in our teenage years, people who were as brave and as loving to tell us that there is an alternative, that there is another way, and this way might be a better one. So why don't we just keep our minds and hearts open? Why don't we just keep on being inquisitive, like children, being inquisitive? Because the moment we stop being inquisitive, curious, and we stop wondering of the world around us, and of all the different options and opportunities and alternatives that we have, then we stop living. I mean, we stop. So I would like to tell you this in conclusion, because I need to go, no matter how much I like it. But my friends, please, if you have this feeling inside of yourself that something really doesn't add up, that there must be something more than meets the eye, something more than it's just the visible material world, around us, or just something more than the propaganda that we'll hear all day long of whatnot, whether about policies, whether about medicine. It's all so politicized and so much like communist propaganda. Beware. When I start hearing one thing and the same thing being repeated like a mantra all over the media, all over the place, a red flag immediately goes up. Something's not right, It's too good to be true. So be aware, be open-minded, look at the truth.
Before you go, because I am a walking example of how you don't need, you can live without medicine, and you can live without medicine for the mind. A walking example, because not only have I healed my leg, there was no operation, nothing. I was in a wheelchair. They told me I may not walk again. Arthritis, the doctor scared the light. He told me and Martin in his office, you'll be screaming to have an operation. This was 4 years ago. He said, you'll have arthritis and infections. I said, because you haven't had an operation. I said to him, I've healed tooth abscesses on my own, without antibiotics, with nature and everything that I've learned. Do you think that a tiny bit of arthritis in my knee is going to bother me? And he looked at me as if I was like, nothing. And it's been nearly 5 years now. And I dance. I get pain. I get some pain because it's normal, because my leg is not the same. It's shorter because the accident was serious, But
Yeah.
I can give you so many. I feel bronchitis.
Yeah.
It took me 2 months, but I healed it with turmeric and garlic, and I don't know. I've healed
Exactly.
every
Exactly.
single thing that I've been given. I believe
Yes.
I've had cancer, God knows how many times, probably. But because we can't say on here what we take and what we do, but we're telling people the information is out there. Go on BitChute. If you
Exactly.
can't watch it here, you do not need to get sick. You do not need to get old. And it's
Yeah,
not
look at us. Look at us. We're like
at us.
40 years younger.
I'm getting younger every day. You don't know it me. One day you see me, you think I'm that. It doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
all in the mind. I watched my mother succumb to everything, and then my sister got cancer, and that was it. Boom. I met someone. He taught me. I saved her life. That's the time we bonded. She started taking, you know what? She started doing, you know what? She changed her whole life around. She kicked out her husband, met a millionaire. Um, um, and got the life that she deserved.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, I'm telling you, my
at the end
dear, our dear viewers, this is what we are talking about. I mean, and I'm sure that there are many, many of you who have, kind of a glimpse of what we are talking about, and they want to learn more. Please do feel free to contact us.
yeah.
Do feel free to ask questions. Lauren Hope she's like almost day and night there out for you. I mean, whenever you turn on Moving on TV, you'll see that something's going on there, like all week long.
All
So
the time. On
yeah.
all the
So
time.
I would love to wish you all guys, good night. And if you want to stay, Lauren will tell you what's going to happen next. If you want to stay, please stay longer and get in contact with us. All right.
Thank you,
I give
Vlad.
you, I
See you
give you all my
Wednesday.
love.
See you on
Thank
Wednesday
you.
on Encounters.
Yeah. See you guys on Encounters.
I'll
Come and
see you
join us.
at
Yes.
the studio on Friday. Lots
Yeah.
of love.
Lots
Thank
of
you,
love.
sweetheart. Love to your family. And
Thank
thank you
you.
for
Thank you.
everything. You're a
You're
light.
welcome.
You're a glowing light on Moving on
Thank
TV.
you.
We love you
Night,
very much.
night.
Bye, sweetheart. Bye-bye. Thank you. He's a light. Vlad is a light. He's an angel. He's a star seed. I'm very, very proud to have him in my life. If it wasn't for Encounters, he wouldn't have come into my life. Neither would have Emmanuel and all the amazing souls. As I said, I know you're going to give thumbs down, which is sad because we're here to educate. We're here to give you another way. And yes, the phone is on 24 hours a day. I'm proud of that. You're never alone. But I will not let you sink into victimhood. I'm not a Samaritan. I'm not interested in saving any of you. As you can see, this is Moving on TV. I'll read it to you. Moving on TV is an up-and-coming indie entertainment service. We provide quality programming across YouTube, BitChute, and Facebook, MeWe, Twitter, and Periscope, and Twitch. Unlike mainstream media, we care about our viewers and show this by providing. Sorry, where's the rest of it? Because I don't know it off by heart yet. By providing amazing online programming that empowers and enriches their lives. We challenge the status quo by valuing trust, privacy, and positive connections above all else. Our programming is ever changing and evolving to ensure we keep viewers up to date with the latest alternative news, always striving to uncover the truth between the lies. Find us on Moving on TV community on YouTube, Moving on TV Facebook, Moving on TV at Moving on TV Twitter and Periscope. MeWe is Moving on TV Hope, and BitChute is Moving on TV. And that is really everything. And so before you give this a thumbs down on Twitch Moving on TV, if you knew how much I knew, if you knew how to heal your body and how to heal your mind, would you not be going up on top of the rooftops and shouting it very loud? Would you not be giving this out for free like Jesus would or Buddha? They already did. Why do you think I do this? Because I love humanity. I love humanity, and I am working to wake you up, to teach you. If this wakes one person up, one, if you listen to what Vlad was saying, one of you, if you listen to these amazing healers, I'm going to put on Lenny now, because Lenny teaches you how to heal physical pain in your body without medicine. I'm not against medicine for you. You can take medicine if you want. I'm just saying you have to deal with the side effects afterwards. And it may be better not to have to do that. Right? I'm going to put on the healing blueprint for you now. I want you to watch this as the gift. The gifts that Moving On TV offers you. We are offering you our heart and soul. So before you give us a thumbs down or before you unsubscribe, watch this. Do you know someone is in intense pain? It works. It sounds like magic, but it isn't magic, but it's a miracle. When you surrender your pain, I've done it. When I went to America and my leg was playing up because I was still going through the accident and I'd come off crutches. I was walking in with one crutch, and I remember walking down towards the studio and I was in pain. I stopped and I said, okay, I lay down my swords, God, or whatever, angels, it doesn't matter. Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, whatever you believe in, a tree. I lay down my sword to power. Please take this off of me. And I could see myself. You are physically the. And then I said, Pain, come in. How are you today? In the leg. What would you like? Would you like a cup of tea? Would you like a glass of champagne? Please relax. And I just for 5 minutes. And you know what happened? The pain disappeared and I was able to walk. It works. Everything I teach you works. It works. When I was in the wheelchair, I had a dreadful abscess on my gums. I went to the dentist. They gave me a tablet that size. I said, I'm not taking it. What did I do? I used sea salt. I used green person that watches. I am at this amazing stand-up, filming myself at the moment, so don't be worried. Meeting the most incredible people in the world. And I've just met an amazing lady called Diana. Is Diana? Di.
Like Maya's illusion.
Like Maya, like illusion, okay? And she's going to talk to us.
Because I am an
Hang on.
illusion.
She's going to talk to us. She is an illusion. We're here in the beautiful Undan Valley. This is like Little Women. It reminds me, where's Dean gone? Dean was the only man. Oh, Dean is the only man. You're on Moving on TV, so don't look at the camera if you don't want to be on, all right? If you don't want to be on, don't look. I'll just see your feet. Your feet and your bum. Anyway, we're here. Oh, I've got one viewer. This is usually the same one that comes up. Hello there, whoever's here. No, it's Lauren, not Bubba Bertha. We're here at Undan and with the stand-up, and I've got the most beautiful, beautiful souls here. And this is the best time.
Put lipstick.
I was going to put this on anyway.
I've got Rennie from That Man. I've got Rennie who wrote that song, That Man. I wonder if that man's on there at the moment. Shut up, Lauren. Would you like to do a little rendition of the song for us, Rennie? She's putting her makeup on now, typical.
She's preparing for the performance.
Here she is.
Can I dance?
Right,
while she-
yeah, go on then. Let's show people what it means to be happy. Right, go on, Rennie. Oh, yes, he is.
That he longs for me, but he'll never do right by me. He can't even spend the night with me.
I'm going to turn it around.
He's my worst mistake.
Oh, yes, he
That
is.
man, he does nothing but take.
Woo!
How many times has he seen me crack?
Oh,
I
yeah.
tell him to leave, but he just keeps coming back.
He's gonna
He
cry
makes
me
me
a river. Go on. Like I cried for him. Go on, carry on.
Oh, that's my thread now. Hi! Hope you're having a lovely Sunday.
We are. It's
We're
like
having a
Little
beautiful
Women
day.
here.
There's a
You
lot of us.
can cry me a river. Do you know that one?
Cry.
Cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Phil must. Thanks. Now you say you're sorry. Hang on, can't see us. For being so untrue. Well, you can cry me a river. Oh, we got a message. Cry me a river. We cried a river over you. Oh no, don't put it like that because it doesn't work. Bye. You drove me, nearly drove me out of my head. But you never shed a tear. Remember all the things that you said. Told me life was too plebeian. Told me you were through with me, and now you say you want me. Well, just to prove that you do, you can cry me a river. Cry me a river. I cried. Eh? the tablets of happiness. I cry a river over you. Woo! Yeah. Anyway. Come on, tell me about the Felden Project.
Seriously, I studied at drama college. I trained to be an
Go on then. Tell us about the Tai Chi.
Tai Chi works with energy.
Uh-huh.
All made up of
Oh, they didn't give me a like. They'll probably give me a non-like.
between you and me, there is energy. And Tai Chi works with that energy So you assimilate.
You know, we need to be brainstorming those things.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Do you want to show us maybe one little Tai Chi exercise? I'm going back a bit so I can see you there.
The lotus, right?
Okay.
Tells a story.
Right.
Okay. So
Oh, I got a like! Thank you!
now standing like an eagle.
Yeah.
So I open, the sun rises, it settles. You do that. Out in water, turkey paddles and rests on a rock. Out in the field, the rabbit, and this is a block, digs.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Fair lady scoops the stream, the lotus blossoms. And is strong, presses up to the sky, comes down to face the wind.
What, like Prickstick?
Wow, it's like ballet.
Sky,
It's like ballet.
Oh, you mean like those gummy
white
blues?
cranes
Yes.
spread
Oh,
the
so
end
yeah.
of the day, the rabbit
Wow.
loves the earth.
It's beautiful. You're like a ballet dancer.
Trained everyone to
Oh my God, it's beautiful. Look at what, you should be watching, guys. Guys, you should be watching. Look at her. It's beautiful. You should be watching. Look at her. She's beautiful.
Focusing
She's
here,
beautiful.
Well, Julian, I
but
was going to say, I have things like
focusing
this
here on the conversation.
Okay.
I don't know if you're recording.
Yeah, I am.
But I don't want to be on it.
No, you're not on it. She's on it. Oh, wow.
And if we keep our focus single pointed, whatever the world throws at us,